welcome to the Mental Health Hub. I am delighted to be with you again today to discuss, as we have always done, to try and contextualize issues mental health so that then we find how they influence our lives and our daily activities. And today I would want us to look at the importance of mental health mental health to the learners. The young people in learning institutions, those who are developing. We are trying to build skills so that they can be able to live a life that is built on knowledge, that is actually helping them to develop. Does it matter their mental health? Would it really affect how they learn and how they are able to achieve the milestones in life, even academically, even socially, even as they grow in the society? So I want to say and emphasize that the mental health of the student is very, very important, because remember, they are using, it's a component of their normal life. So if it is not okay, then it means this person is not able to achieve learning on a daily basis in the right way. And remember, I'm not talking about learning disabilities. We know learning disabilities are really classed as a way of that the brain is affected to an extent that one is not able to learn well in life. But with mental health, it is a condition that can develop at any time, or mental health has to do with the normal daily living or growing of a person. And it is important that we differentiate that learning disabilities are not what we are referring to, but actually the mental health of a person that can vary from time to time, even as one grows. So mental health can interfere with learning, because we know learning is gaining skills. As students are learning, they are being helped to not only know facts, but also to develop their organization skills, so they can be able to organize, put order in their life, which will actually affect how they live later, even in adulthood. It is also helping them to plan their time so that they know what to do when, what to do how, and the phases of life in terms of time planning. There is time for learning, there is time for eating, there is time for sports, there is time for relationship. It helps develop the time. The person know how to plan. Then it also helps, learning helps abstract the reasoning, so that people can be able to reason and cognitively develop, grow their mind, so that they can be able to reason and be solution givers, or be able to give solutions to the issues of life, even as they grow or when they are grown up. So learning is very, very important. It helps our learners to develop reasoning skills. They are also developing in memory, so that they can be able to know what to store. What to keep in mind and how to retrieve it for use, even in the future when faced with issues in life. It helps learning also help develop their attention, so that they have attention to details, attention to situations in life, attention even to what they are doing, even to their feelings and what is going on with their life, and even in the environment that they live in, so that then they are able to influence life in a different way. It is learning helps in information processing, so that they can be able to get what do we do, what is done when this happens. They gain information, they process the information, and they use it to solve or to give solutions to life. They also learn decision-making skills, because life is about the decisions you make. So in learning these skills, the mental health of a person is very, very important. It will be beneficial if one's mental health is okay, so that they are able to be to interact socially, cognitively, and also emotionally in an optimum way, so that they can be able to get results even as they learn. So one's mental health is important. When one has quality mental health, they have the energy to learn. The student has energy to wake up in the morning and go to school. The student has the energy to actually stay in class and concentrate and learn. So mental health is very, very important. It also gives them ability to concentrate in class, ability to concentrate with the assignment, ability to concentrate in this phase of life, so that they are able to grow. It makes also very dependable. You can give them assignments and know that this person will actually do the assignment. When their mental health is good, they are able to be dependable, even in solving problems in life, even undertaking the tasks that they undertake in a learning institution on a daily basis. They are dependable in the way they manage their bodies, in the way they manage the classroom affairs, in the way they manage their life, in the way they manage and relate with other people. It also helps them to have a positive approach to life, so that then their performance is not hindered. So the mental health of a student is very, very important. And when one has a mental disorder, it can affect the way they learn, and it will hinder them growing. On the other hand, I need to look at the role of the education system, even to helping develop the mental health of the learners. It is within the learning institutions that we can be able to identify people who have challenges or who have a mental challenge, or people who are unstable emotionally, so that then they can be supported. Within the learning institutions, the structure that we have puts stability, so that one doesn't live a life where they are worried, where they are fearful. That's why we find even the system in the learning institutions is favorable. The environment is made favorable for the learner, so that it doesn't give them a concern in life, therefore impacting negatively on their learning. So the learning institutions are also very, very important. And within the learning institution, the teachers or the trainers can be able to identify one who has a deviant thought, or when the thoughts of a student are, like if one is having thoughts that are negative, or if one is feeling sad, if one is worried, a learner is worried, if a learner is fearful, within the learning institution, the trainers can be able to pick out that and therefore help in the interventions. Within the learning institutions, we have people who are trained, who can be able to identify, who can actually be able to support the learner. So the learning institution becomes very, very important. The learning institution also becomes important because this is where we put in the skill, like the assertive skills, the skills for decision making, the skills that will help them build their self-esteem and build their confidence. They acquire them in the learning institutions. So learning institutions, very significant in building one's skills. There are areas that actually they are helped to cope with even stress. The learning within the learning institution, it helps the student to cope with the stress and also develop positive attitude. So within the learning institutions, counseling is also offered. The teachers are able to guide and counsel the learner so that then the learner can be able to resolve issues in life and live a better life. So developing emotionally, developing socially, developing cognitively are issues, are aspects that are taken care of in learning institutions, and therefore helps the learner to live a better in a mentally, have a better mental health state that will actually make them productive, that will make them be able to achieve the goals of life. So even as we look at education and learning, let us not only look at it as only developing the skills of maybe making one become a doctor, making one become a teacher, making one become an engineer, they are areas that actually help us develop the mental health status of the learners, and therefore, of course, influence how they will live their life and influence how they relate with the society. Within the learning institution, they are taught how to live in a society. They are taught the importance of one another, the value of one another, and therefore the learners are able to develop and grow into dependable people, in people who are able to achieve their goals, in people who are able to influence the society, even after coming from the learning institutions. So learning is very, very important. And remember, learning is not only limited to the school environment. Learning happens at home. Learning happens even in the sports environments, as the people, the learners are in sportive activities, like during games. Learning happens in such situations. Learning happens when it is time for their spiritual growth, like when they are in groups where they are discussing spiritual matters, where they are discussing even their exams. It becomes a very important area for us to develop the mental wellness or health of our young people. And remember, even the teachers and the adults who are relating with the young people as they learn, also their mental health is very, very important, but that's an aspect that we can look at on another day. So I hope we have been able to pick the importance of mental health for learning as an aspect that really affects the growth of the learner, and the importance of the same for one to be able to grow into a person that will affect life and actually also feel they hand value to the society, they hand value to the community from which they belong. Thank you, and once again, I look forward to another interaction, even as we like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.